Howdy folks, it's Camo here. I thought it'd be a really nice afternoon to go for a bit of a ride. It's a balmy, I think probably about 23 degrees or something like that. And I thought today that I might do something a little bit different. I thought I wouldn't mind, for some of you guys out there that are wondering, like, to do a couple of speed tests on the DR650. And what I mean by that is maybe a 0 to 80 and a 0 to 100 on the bitumen, and maybe doing the same on dirt somewhere too, just to give you guys a bit of a feel for the speed of the bike and what it's capable of doing. I was also thinking about maybe just showing you guys how well the DR actually corners on bitumen. I mean, it corners well on dirt as well. That has a lot to do with the tyres, but this particular bike is running standard suspension, and I was going around some sort of fairly large sweeping bends the other day, and I was giving the bike a little bit, and I thought, wow, you know, it's not stepping out, it's not starting to slip out or anything, and I was fairly impressed. So I thought, well, maybe I'd do it the same again and get it on tape, and so you guys can have a bit of a look and get a bit of a feel for the bike. So yeah, that was the plan for today anyway, so we'll see how we go. Like I said, just thought I'd do something different. Beautiful afternoon. There's not a hint of wind here in the lovely Barossa Valley in South Australia. And for all of you poor buggers that are locked up and overseas with COVID and that, I just thought, well, you're probably kill to get out and do something like this. So I thought that I might do it on your behalf and make you feel a little bit better, or a little bit worse. Hopefully not, but yeah. I know that my mic is only, I think, coming through on one side, which is a bit unfortunate. I have ordered a different mic, which I believe is a stereo mic, which will be more compatible with this new GoPro Hero 9, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I'll start recording once we get there anyway. Alright, cheers guys. So there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of roads just like this that are only minutes out of the Barossa Valley, that just stretch on for miles and miles, and usually most of the time connect on with another town, and then so forth and so forth. So if you ever do come to this place, make sure that you, well, on your own dirt bike, make sure that you just go around and explore. The best time of the year to do it would be in your spring and autumn. It gets a little bit wet here in winter, but it's nice and green, certainly in spring here, and it starts to green up in autumn as well. But I mean, these roads just continue on for basically forever. Every now and then you'll catch up with a bitumised road, but soon after it goes dirt again and away you go. So plenty of places to go and explore. And if this is your sort of thing that you like to do and you're not into the real tight nitty-gritty stuff, then yeah, we've got tons of it here. Lots of pretty stuff, lots of big old trees. You usually go through creek after creek, and as I said, you catch up to another town and you can stop in and get a coffee, or sit down for a bit, stretch your legs, or use the toilets, etc. So I'll find a quiet spot somewhere, and we're going to give this 0 to 80 and 0 to 100 a bit of a shot, just to give you guys a bit of a feel for the capabilities of the old DR. Alright guys, so we're going to try it. I mean, there's a little bit of a slope here, but that's not going to affect us all that much. We'll probably be doing 100 k's before we get to that, but we're going to try the 0 to 100 or 0 to 80 test, and then 0 to 100. I'm not going to time it, but I'm sure on YouTube you'll be able to work out with the seconds and stuff as to the speed that it gets up to. So we'll just wait for these guys here to get past, and then we're going to give it a bit of a go. So we'll see how it goes. It sounded alright, didn't it? Alright, here we go, guys. Keep an eye on that zero. I'm going to give it everything it's got. Hopefully I can keep that front down. Here we go. I don't know how many seconds that was. What was that? 5 seconds maybe? A smidgen more? There's no real need to do a 0 to 80, I guess, because of the fact that, well, you can see once it gets to 80 anyway. So anyway, a couple of seconds, well, 4 or 5 seconds, maybe a smidgen more, and we're at 100. I'm in 4th gear now, 85, 90 k's an hour, 305th, then it's basically just idling. You know, no issues whatsoever there. I don't know about you guys, but I think if the world's getting you down, and if something's on your mind, or if something's grinding your gears, which a lot of us guys sort of usually end up bottling up and holding on to for some time, I think one of the best things you can do is go for a ride. So I do a fair bit of push bike riding as well. I love my DR. I go out and just to clear the mind sometimes, just to go out for a bit of a fang or to have a bit of fun with the lads. But sometimes it's nice just to be able to hit a road like this, and you roughly know where it's going to go, but you sort of don't know the exact location, and just see where it goes. I mean, we've got a 20 litre Service fuel tank that gives us 400 k's. I mean, how far do you want to go? I like doing that. I think it's a way that I cope with, you know, today's flat out society, today's standards that, you know, we're expected to meet, expectations by people, expectations by, you know, not only your family, but, you know, what you think of your friends, etc. And sometimes it's bloody hell, Jesus, sometimes it's nice just to get out there, you know, and yeah, just forget about life for a minute, you know. It's certainly something that I do. The last couple of years I've had a few things go on which have affected me mentally a little bit. I got cancer in early 2019, which I got onto incredibly early, thankfully. And I think even though I've sort of ridded it and I've got rid of it, I'm obviously on a watch list for the next 5 years, well, from start of 2019 anyway. It's something that plays on your mind. It's something that you're always thinking about. You know, if you get an ache or pain in your body, you're always thinking, what if? And I know if I'm thinking that, there must be hundreds, if not thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other people out there doing the same thing. So I just want to reach out to you guys, let you know that if you are going through a similar sort of situation, that you're not alone. And I find, as I said, one of the best things is to go for a ride and just clear the mind. But not only that, as a bloke, we're sort of used to just bottling everything up and not talking about it. And I think one of the best things you can do about your mental health is to certainly talk to people about it. But not just any old person. Talk to someone that you know will understand, someone that will, you know, I guess hear your story and express their opinions in the right way. You know, I think that's why a lot of cancer survivors go and talk to other cancer survivors, because unless you've had it, you sort of don't understand what it's like having that, you know, gun put to your head sort of thing. Admittedly, I didn't have to have chemo or radio, which is, you know, I'm very thankful for, because I caught my cancer very early. You know, I just want to put it out there. Guys don't talk about it enough, and I think we should. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about it. I don't think there's anything wrong leaning your shoulder on someone else's and you know, having a cry or expressing your you know, what's going through your head, if that makes sense. So I wanted to put that out there. I know I've said it a few times, but if you're in a similar circumstance and you need someone to talk to, I'm all ears. I always am. I always have been. I always say that to my mates. I say that to my close family and my cousins. I'm all ears, and I think that's a really good thing to have. To know that you've got someone that's willing to hear you and talk to you and understand and give you feedback, positive feedback about that. So I just wanted to get that out there. So I've come to the windiest spot in the Barossa, Sedan Hill. Oh, he's keen. And there seems to be a heap of hog riders. But I was going to have a bit of a chat to you about how these DRs handle the corners. And they do handle them relatively well. You've got to remember too, I'm running DR650 as a front and rear. Bitumen, obviously. But there's no feeling of sliding out or, you know, losing control whatsoever. And I mean, these hog riders would be no match for the DR, and I mean, I'm running nobblies, mate, you know, so it gives you a bit of an idea. Not that you can really throw a hog around the corner all that well, but gives you a bit of an idea of their performance, you know. This is about 20 k's, I reckon, maybe 15-20 k's out of the Barossa Valley, Sedan Hill. I'll turn around up here and give you a bit of a feel for what it looks like behind us. Got some really nice views up here. I used to ride a 1200 Harley Davidson 1200. Fun bike, but yeah, you can't throw them over, you can't lean. They're restricted to road only. I mean, if you're going to be restricted to road, give me a jap bike any day. You know, the old Z1000. Christ, I used to throw her up and down these hills, I tell you. Let's have a bit of a look, shall we? I'll turn around and give you a bit of a feel for the views. There you go. And about 40 clicks that way is the mighty Murray River. You wouldn't think it, would you? Well, that sucks. Yeah. You can see where people have been ripping up the tracks, but that's a problem with today, isn't it? Like, everything that's fun seems to be illegal, you know, or you can't go off and explore, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't go off and have a bit of fun, you can't go off and ride here because that's blocked and you get a fine, or you can't. I mean, it's just, you know, I think I was born 30 years too late, you know, the 70s and the 80s, 60s, 70s and the 80s, even maybe into the 90s, as a young adult would have been the best time, you know. You could have, geez, you could have got up to some mischief, I think. But anyway, it is what it is. So I've come back down that ridge, and you can probably see part of the ridge there that just continues on. We're going to head up this pipeline road here. This puts us back into the town, a township here. And yeah, I might for a bit of fun, I'm going to take the helmet mic off and run the external mic for a little bit, just so you can get a bit of a hear for the Yoshimura exhaust on this 650. We'll do that shortly.